Alright, hi everybody, this is Don Derwin. I'm in the Royal Bhutan Airlines DrukAir PMDG 777-200 for Kathmandu. And I started this airplane about 7 weeks ago actually, and now I'm done with it today. And this is the second part of my video, and I'm going to try and put my videos in sequence, make like maybe 5 or 6 videos altogether about the painting of this aircraft and all the things you have to do to paint it and try to understand and all that. And with Photoshop 6.0 and the GIMP program, and I've been painting like this maybe 20-25 years, something like that. Well, I mean, you know, not all the time, but every now and then. But I just learned it doing photorealistic airplanes. But and I'm finally finished with this airplane, and actually it's looking pretty good. I have to admit, I've done a little bit more than what I thought I would do. I did the interior also more than what I'd done before. If you thought it was good before, now it's like immaculate. I mean, it's I've never done so much work on an interior before, but no, the reason I just started you know, trying to figure out what I was going to put on the inside, and trying to get information about Bhutan Airlines and, you know, stuff to put in there. And I learned quite a bit about Bhutan and all that, you know, in the meantime. So I tried to put a lot of things that are actually from Bhutan in the airplane, you know, just to kind of make it kind of neat. But and also the painting of the airplane too. I suppose it's like a whole culture, you know, all together, you know. But my whole, I've been doing this 7 weeks now, so I've, you know, just because I wanted to land at Paro International Airport, you know, in a 777 with a known airline that's supposed to land there, I learned about the heritage and all that. You know, it's pretty neat. I mean, the land of happy people, you know, or something like that. You know, but the land of happiness. But there is a few things that I had to change with what I was doing, and it's actually pretty complicated. You know, painting an airplane is actually pretty darn complicated. I mean, you know, when you're painting it, just when I was doing my video, I'm like, hey, I did that already. Why is it all screwed up? And then I looked on my bitmap, and sure enough, I clicked it off in Photoshop. I'm like, yeah, I know I fixed it. It's like, yeah, I know I did. And then I don't know, stuff like that with the Photoshop. It can get pretty complicated. You know, that's for sure. But anyway, I've redone the engines a little bit here, because, well, what happened was I was doing these pylons, and I realized that there wasn't a texture on the top. There wasn't a texture on the top here. I'm like, oh my god. I mean, it was just white. And I'm like, oh man. So, trying to figure out what I was going to try and do to fix it. And, I mean, after I was painting on the pylons for a couple days, and then I realized that, hey, you know what? I got to scrap what I was doing. I'm like, I can't continue because it's impossible for me to continue. So I was like, either leave it or just, you know, try and, I can't fix it, because the reason being is because the pylons here, it comes on here on one bitmap here, and then it's on a whole separate bitmap up on top. In other words, so you can't smooth it in. You know, I was thinking maybe to smooth it in, but you can't even do that because you can't even see what you're doing. You know, it's impossible, you know, to do it. So I figured that I can't continue to do what I was doing. So what I done is I went and got a PMDG British Airways pylon, and I started, you know, from there, and then I redone the levels with the you know, the paint, the brightness contrast, and then the levels of like 0.44 to try to match the pylon to the paint of my airplane. You know, so matching this pylon with this paint. You know, because it's pretty close, just the way it was. I mean, I was thinking about just leaving it, but then as I got done, I realized that either me or maybe because I made it too white, this texture was not here. I think maybe that's what it was, you know, and it was just gone. So nothing I could do about it. I can't fix it. So anyway, I redone the engines. I get this engine a little bit darker. So that was just unfortunate. But I mean, these are still good. I mean, they're better than mine, actually. I mean, this is like original default. So, but the one thing that I did learn about this airplane is, oh yeah, they did do mistakes with PMDG. I've seen a bunch of mistakes. I mean, not saying that there's a lot of them, but every now and then you see some mistakes. But like for instance here, as I was trying, for a couple days I was trying to get that to fit, or you know, when I was doing it, and I mean, this little color right here. I mean, I can't get rid of it. And then I noticed on other models too, you know, when I was checking it out on other aircraft, that's still there also. You know, with the PMDG default airplane. And you know, all of them. And I finally, you know, realized that I guess it's what it is. It's a thin layer. And I finally, you know, I was looking at it after a while, after a couple days of actually trying to, you know, looking at it and trying to figure it out, you know, is they got a thin layer right here. It's probably from the model. I mean, from when they made it. You know, here it's not on this side. You know, for when they, you know, created the model, but it's over here. So it's just a little shiny little layer that screws up any, you know, everything. So that's just something that happened when they were making the airplane. They probably screwed up, you know. But anyway, they got some really good pylons, you know. So that's good, perfect. Yeah, look at that. It's hard to get this to match up, right? I like their pylons. They're awesome. But I like that darker color here. This darker there too. So anyway, that's one thing. And I definitely got that better. So the pylons are matched, and they're better too, actually. But you can, you know, change if they're like just a little white or a little blue. You can probably match them. You know. And then also I was looking at this. And like my fuselage here. I mean, this I know it's an issue here, but I mean it's kind of a little minor issue. But But you see how this is like not perfectly straight here. It's actually supposed to be straight. You know, it's actually just supposed to be straight along here. But just because when I was making it, I was trying to get rid of mismatches and stuff, and trying to cover up stuff and try to get it to line up. And I kind of missed the boat on that one. You know, that I admit that I done. You know, because that's why it looks kind of weird. You know, but that's really something minor. That it's not that big a deal. But it's an issue when you start out the model. Make sure that that's straight. You know, across horizontally. But just like not a big deal. But just I wish I would have paid more attention to that. You know. But now that it's done, it don't matter. But anyway, I tried. I noticed that there was some little paint mismatching here, and so I went and got this more better. And at first, and then I get this better too. You know, I cleaned it up, and also one of the neat things is what happened was I was just doing the inside, and I was using a Dragon as my as trying to search for parts in there. I was just using a Dragon that I had, and I'm like, hey, my Dragon's in the window. I'm like, what the heck? And I'm like, and just by chance I happened to notice it, because if I wouldn't have noticed it, I would have never known. You know, that was the window shade right there where my Dragon was. You know, but just I was in that part of the bitmap that I come across. It's just a little. I mean, just if you're a little off, you're not gonna be there. You know, so and I just happened to find it. And I'm like, oh, that is so cool. So that made me so happy. I'm like, wow, that really inspired me to make it really good, you know, on inside. And I worked on it for about a week and a half. And you thought it was good then, now it's immaculate, you know. But I mean, it was nice then, but now it's like way better. But anyway, and that was just a cool thing that that happened. And it's like, and there's window shades. There's like I think 5 spots. They got window shades here. I think there's like 6 windows. That has just kind of cool. That kind of just happened there. And what other was I? I was going to say, but I forgot. Oh, I did this side too a little bit more better. I got this, because before it was all kind of really bad, you know, but I got this better. I mean, I was looking at it, I'm like, oh man, I could do a little bit better than that. And I got this better too here. Along here. Yeah, this one's really hard to get, this thing here, so it's really rough. That's hard to get, so I'm not going to worry about that. But anyway, and I'll definitely upload this flightsim.com. By the time you watch this video, you have the airplane will be there. And so now, to go in to this airplane, and the fuselage, you know, I already talked about that. I got that better. I mean, the letters and all that. I didn't talk about doing the bitmap though, but I'll try to do that a little bit later. But anyway, alright, now Now here we come. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here's the inside here. All right. Look at this. Look at it. This is cool. I got a dragon there. And this is all inspired by the guy. He had a picture here instead of a logo. You know, now I put a window frame around it. And or a picture frame, I mean. But you know, so now that looks better. And look at this, I got this really nice Bhutan dragon here. That's really cool. I mean, I just kept on adding things and like. And then I got to hear some artwork. Bhutanese artwork there. And then I put a dragon here. This is like a dragon airplane, you know. And here, this one, I really like this one the best. I put that there and I'm like, wow, that looks so cool, I'm not even going to touch it. I just put it there as like, hey, that's awesome. That is just so cool. That is that is really neat. I really like this. I mean, here you can see, like, wow. I was gonna try and get it better, but I never moved it. I'm like, oh, that's just perfect. Then this is actually, oh, here I can see better here. This is actually in Bhutan. It's like, I don't remember exactly what it is, but then in here, this is the this is their Buddha. Their Buddha is, and I noticed, I'm like, oh, that's a girl, and she's not wearing any clothes on the other side. I'm like, oh, that's kind of sexy. A sexy Buddha. I'm like, oh, and this one actually worked out pretty good. See, there's some people here. I just took a picture. I mean, just found a picture, and you can still see the people there. But they turned out all right. I'm like, oh, you got a sexy Buddha. No wonder why you could pray to the Buddha, you know. But anyway, you know, I done that. And this is the eagle's nest, I guess. That's what they call it in Bhutan. These are prayer flags. Right down here, and I put frames around there too. Picture frames, like make it kind of look like it's supposed to be there. And this is a monastery in Bhutan, or the Royal Bhutan Monastery. So I did that, and then here I just finished this up today. This is here I've done all the seats already. I mean, but then here this I just finished up today. Actually, this is like really hard to put in here because it was 2 different colors, and it was I mean, it put little tiny things here, little different colors here, you know, when I and this is not on the Photoshop. This is the actual the texture of the, I guess the texture's not really good to work with, this new texture, you know, because I was looking at that and I was trying so hard to get rid of that, and I can't see it in Photoshop. It's not there. It's only here. But before it was a different color. It was brown. It was like more of this color here. It was more like this. Actually, that's what it was. And this was brown here. But then I noticed that I just use the paint bucket. You know, I use the marquee tool, or you know, the disappear stuff, the magic wand, to get rid of all the outside edges, and it worked really well. You know, that it doesn't always happen like that. And so I got rid of that real easy, and then I just used the paint bucket to put the new color in. And then I put the new color in here also. You know, the new color of here. So I'm like, that's really cool, because now it matches totally. You know, and this dragon, and so I'm glad that worked out. You know, I mean, no matter amount of, you know, because I tried to fix it, but you can't fix it, because when I put it here, it's the same thing, and then you can't even see it in the Photoshop, you know. But here now it's so just, I mean, not very recognizable that I mean, you would hardly notice that. But and that really looks good. I'm like, that's awesome. And I finished that today. And then I got this. Oh, and this is actually the Bhutan logo thing. You know, the Bhutan. This is Bhutan. And then this is the government, Bhutan government logo thing. And this was all real easy. I just pasted this in here. I mean, I didn't paste it. Actually, it was just I paint bucketed the thing, and it all came out perfect. You know, I mean, I didn't even have to do that. This was all a clear texture background, so I didn't have to clean that up at all. That was really good. It was great. Got lucky there. But like this one, I had to do all myself. I had to get all the white stuff out of here. Like here, you still see it here, but I'm like, what you gonna do, you know? Can't get it perfect. But I had done that all myself, and it took me a long time. 4 or 5 hours. Fix that. Anyway, I got that, and so it's kind of cool. And I really like this. That I really love that. That is so cool. Gold. That is really neat. And two, these flight attendants are awesome too. That's a good, nice touch. And but this actually turned out really well. Of course, it's not real, because 777 came and landed there. But yeah, it's at Paro International Airport. So anyway, they got some nice pillows in there, and then here, I made this. I figured, you know, why don't I just put something here? You know, I was looking at it, it's like, well, it's a bare spot. I mean, because I was trying to paint on the sides over here, but there's not very much room here. And I figured, I'm like, wow, this would be perfect. Nice. So I put like a Buddha here, a girl Buddha, which is kind of neat too. So it's kind of nice. And two in here, it was really hard to do here, because this is not part of it. This is actually the logo, but I put the frame around it to make it look like it's supposed to be part of it, you know. So that turned out really good. I mean, I like that. I mean, and the quality of it is still pretty good, you know. And sometimes you, like I was trying to do the wheel of life thing, you know, in the front over here. The wheel of life here, I was trying to put that here, but I don't know, and I was trying to wonder, it's like, why did this Buddha work out really nicely here, but I couldn't do the wheel of life here? And, you know, it just, some things I just, you know, if they're too big and then you squash them down, they don't look good. So sometimes, I mean, what you should do is check it out first, make sure it looks good in the airplane first, then take it out and see if you can work on it and make it look better. If it looks like crap here, you're never gonna use it anyway. So in other words, don't waste your time if it looks like shit in the airplane. So, but this monastery turned out pretty good. I mean, you know, because when you shrink it down to the bitmap size, it just ruins everything. But I'm surprised that this monk thing actually turned out really well with the Buddha. I mean, that looks, it just is so nice. I mean, that's really nice. I'm like, why is that so nice? And then the other ones didn't work out, you know. I think it's the size, you know. If it's too big and you try to squash it down, it's and you know what? The cool thing, I was looking at this. This is the probably for the lightning. So the lightning strikes here, it goes to the ground. I was like wondering, I was like, oh yeah, that's what that is. But anyway, that's in Bhutan also. But then a dragon's pretty cool. At first I was just trying to do a couple of dragons, and then I just got more and more and more. Just kept on putting more in here. But oh yeah, this is the second one here. So that was the first one, and here's another one. I mean, it's a repeat, so you don't have a choice. No matter, and it's a little bit off too. They're well, this one's perfect, but if you look at this one, it's a little off here. I mean, it's actually, you can't really tell because I put the frame around it here. I mean, but the frame isn't doing anything. Because this is a totally separate thing. So even if I put the frame on over the top of it, it's still going to show through, right through. So, but I got it to match up pretty good, pretty nicely when I put this here. It actually looks really good. But anyway, and then this thing here. And I got this here. At first I didn't have a picture frame, but I put one there. But that looks good. And then here, and here is my last thing, which I really think is really cool. This girl here. I was trying to figure out what to put here, and I'm like, oh wow, that looks pretty cool. I like that, you know. And there's like. And you can see what this signifies. I guess she's mad. There's flames here, and she's mad. Maybe she's jealous of the other girl or something. Then here's a bow and arrow, so she's out to kill. You know. And then I don't know exactly. I was looking at it for a while, and and then here's some guy down here, I don't know, maybe she's mad at him or something, or she cheated on him, or, but, anyway, I was trying to figure out what to put here, but like I would like to put this here. Oh yeah, too. And at first, I was trying to put something here, but I didn't know what I wanted because I just some of their stuff with the Bhutanese people. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of I didn't want to put too much in there, but this stood out to me, and I'm like, oh, that looks kind of neat. But the thing is, this thing I had trouble with because I had the one big one, and it was really big. You know, this one I realized what was wrong with it. Then when I mean, it was like huge. I mean, like megabytes. You know, I mean, and it should only be kilobytes. And I realized that that's what was one of the problems, was it was too big. But then I had, it was like this, but it was similar, but it was really big and more detailed. But when you squash it down, it would turn into like nothing. I mean, it would just be a bunch of pixels. So the bigger the file is, when you smush it down, it's just gonna get smushed and condensed, and there's gonna be no detail left. You know, so that's just one thing that I learned a little bit more of. Don't try to put a picture that's too big here, because when you squash it down, it's not gonna look good. But this one was a little bit smaller, and it was similar to what the other one had, but I really like that. That's cool. I like that. That's kind of neat. Glad I managed to get that in there. But that's one thing I learned. And then here's this dragon here. I mean this is really cool back here too. This dragon I got in here. I just it was a little bit of work, you know, a couple, maybe 6 or 7 hours or so, getting all this off here, because I had to clean it all up, you know, because I cleaned up the back. I took the background off and pasted it on there. I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. Then I got a dragon here. And then what's really cool, look at this fish here. And I was looking at that, and I'm like, wow. I was trying to figure out what I could put down there. At first, I wasn't going to put anything down there, but then I had these fish, and I'm like, try it. I'm like, just try it, you know, because I tried to put something else here too with that wheel of life thing back here, and it looked like crap. You know, and no matter what I could do with that wheel of life, that always turned out lousy. You know, but this, it was kind of small, and it's square too, just the right ratio, so you don't gotta squash or anything. And this, I mean, looks fabulous. I mean, I cannot believe how beautiful that looks. It's a wood carving. It's a wood thing of fish, and look how it's a 3D. It looks like it's 3D, man. But I mean, that really looks that I think is probably the coolest thing, you know, quite honestly, thing I've ever seen. And then here's another wood fish here. And I tried to make a frame around here, but just, oh, and I noticed too here, look PMDG, so they missed the thing here. I'm like, oh, look at this, find a mistake. But that dragon, yeah, that's and two here to try to get something here. You want something to, you know, like that way too. Like this dragon here I got here. His head just happened to be right there, so I mean nothing hardly fits there, but you know, when I got that. And here's some more fish. There's a wooden fish thing here, and then this is the thing. Yeah, those fish are spectacular. And too, this worked out really good. This is a Dokula Pass, Bhutan. Dokula Pass. Here, this really looked out really good. The highest point in Bhutan. And these are things from the army, or you know. But I don't know why they signify the soldiers that got killed or something. They're supposed to put something in there. But anyway, that's Dokula Pass, I guess. And there's those fish there, man. Those are pretty cool. Oh, here, this one's missing there too. But not all of them are missing. See, this one's not. Just that one. Thought there. See if there's any more, but that one's not missing. But yeah, so there it is. And here's the dragon. I thought it was kind of neat because the clouds and all that. It'd be like flying an airplane too. And that's why I kind of got the dragon with them clouds, you know. So, but anyway, alright. So that is the interior. Not that it really matters, you know, but, you know, if you're flying or something. Well, got nothing to do, walk around in here. I'm not sure if you can walk around in here or not, when you're flying. I don't know, I was trying to, I don't know, maybe I'll try and figure it out. Oh, and another thing too, what I was doing is I was just trying to put a logo. I just wanted to put a logo on one of these ovens, you know, on a couple of these ovens, you know, and just put a logo there of like Durk Airlines. And that's what kind of got me going to do the rest of the fuselage. I mean, not the fuselage, but the inside. And you know, and I determined that the ovens aren't on this bitmap, which they're not. I mean, I was looking, and I was like, man, where are they? Where are they? And they're not on this bitmap. And there's another bitmap that they're probably on, but I didn't try and look for it after I'd done all this. I'm like, man, this is enough. So I'm just gonna forget that. It's not a big deal. But anyway, I don't know if you guys have seen this tail or not, but since I had another video, I had the tail. But this tail is really nice. This is what kind of got me inspired to do the plane. This tail, look how detailed it is, though. I mean, that is just outstanding. And it was really easy to do, pretty much, this tail here. I mean, more or less. I mean, not that easy, but yeah, I do kind of do the tail first. But if you got a nice tail, I start working on the rest of the airplane, I guess. But so anyway, now the next part of the video, I'm going to try and describe about the and these I left a little bit gray. Then I cut here emergency, right? And two of these antennas, these are in a bitmap, these little yellow things. Make sure you get these. They're in the bitmap right on the bottom there. But I'm going to try and go through with the bitmap and show you guys on the bitmap and kind of the stuff they had to go through to get the paint and all that. So anyway, next part of the video will be I guess just doing the bitmap thing. Trying to tell you about how I done everything more or less, I guess. So alright, right here, I'm on my desktop here. And this is like really neat on the screensaver thing because I have this thing it's from Microsoft, but it continuously changes, and I'm like, wow, that's really cool. Kind of looks like Bhutan a little bit. I mean, they change it every like couple of days or every day. Every day is different. So it's kind of neat. But and you can get the plane at flightsim.com or flightsim.to. By the time this video reaches you, it'll be there. Oh, and I don't know. Stuff is really gets really confusing the more stuff we have on it. But here's my Photoshop one. This is I can open it and here with the GIMP 3 This is actually not so bad. It's just like Photoshop. Oh, I guess this is not. I was just looking at the bitmap. Probably should have opened up in Photoshop. But that's same difference. But here's this this is that window logo here, and I had to put a piece over the top. Oh, I forgot to show you guys that on the window shade. Yeah, I did forget to show that. Maybe I can do it later. But the window shade here, well, since I'm talking about it, might as well. Let's go back into it. Alright, here we're at the window shade here. And but one of the thing is, this is where I was going inside, you know, to look at an airplane. I just happened to notice this here, but that's what got me to do this. But here, I'll just go in here and show you guys exactly what I mean here. But this, when I did the Dragon, it was coming through right here, and I noticed it was coming through all the way down here because it was this like for some reason the bitmap, just the way they've done the textures, that window, the Dragon was here, like, you know, around here. And if you can see, which took me a little bit while to figure out, but you can, this is the Dragon, you know, and this, and here, this is where it's coming through here, so it's like cut. this is the body of it, and it's cut in half there. So I had to get a little thing to put over the top of it here, because otherwise it was showing through here. And you can see what I mean here. So, in other words, I had to put this. What I done is I was trying to erase it at first, and I was trying to erase this at first, but I'm like, well, you know, it might be better just to put a little piece of, you know, bitmap over it, you know, so and then move it around so I won't have to erase anything. If I erase too much, then I'm screwed. You know, but here I just took a little piece of the bitmap, you know, the seat, or not the seat, but you know, the color, and I just put it over here, just cut it off. So I mean, it's hardly noticeable, but you can see that it's there if you look. But and that's why that's there. But I just happened to, just by chance, to see that when I was going in and out this door here. I'm like, wait a second, here's my dragon. And it was just so cool. Anyway, back to the bitmap. Actually, so now here, and so what I done is I just, you know, so I just kept on moving it, you know, this way and this way. I'm not into Photoshop now, so I can't, I kept on moving it over and over, until it was just gone. It actually took me about maybe 15 times of going in and out of the airplane, you know, but I just did that anyway because I had a bunch of other stuff to do anyhow. So every time I got in, I just like had a list of the things that I had to fix, you know, like going and fixing like 5 or 6, tried to adjust everything. I mean, this program's all right. It helped me because I had this set up for just a really fast computer, and so I only had like 48 gigs of RAM, and because that's actually no, they recommend 64, but now at the faster CPU thing, and the faster memory, they don't allow you to have that much RAM. So I kind of screwed myself there because my Photoshop does not work all the time. I mean, sometimes it don't work. It says, oh, not enough RAM. And so I mean, if I'm erasing something, erasing, and all of a sudden it says, oh, you have no more RAM, cannot save it. And I'm like, what? I sat there for half an hour erasing, then all of a sudden you tell me that I can't save it? Yeah, exactly. And so I don't know how many times I've done that and wasted my time, you know. But I just happened to by chance just seem to get it right there, because this bitmap, if you lose something here, I mean, if you move something here, you're screwed. I mean, because to try to get this back is like gigantic problem, you know. So when you're working with this, try not to move anything. And that's I was locking as I was having a problem with locking my layers, because I couldn't work on them and I couldn't figure out how. But I went on YouTube and there's like a little check mark box where you can uncheck it and then you can move things around. But I locked all my layers after a while. You know, I was like, you know what? I cannot accidentally move something around, because it's going to take me 5 hours or at least 3 or 4 hours to get back to find the spot. You know, and that's the problem with this thing is you have no clue where you're at. You know, like this is the first one I done. This one here. And but how can you tell where you're at? You can't. There's no way. You know, at first it took me. I mean, I'm like, wow, gotta figure that out. You know, but I'll show you how I figure out how to find everything in here. I'm gonna get into Photoshop here, but I just kind of wanted to show you what this how this program is a little bit, and then you can erase. This is the eraser, and this is the lasso tool. This is the magic wand or something. I don't know. I guess it's kind of like Photoshop, but fuzzy select tool. No, I really don't know exactly. Smudge tool. But I use eraser. It's a little bit more difficult, I think. But I was able to do it because, I mean, I wasn't able to use this helped me so much because my Photoshop wasn't working because I don't have enough RAM. And I had to use this because this doesn't give me those error messages. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys this a little bit. But this is the erase tool, and here's you got different sizes here. This is how you adjust it. You can adjust the size of the erase tool. And then how much you want to erase, you know, and then this hardness and aspect ratio. And this is the but actually it's a little bit confusing, but it's doable. And too, as running the flight simulator, this thing would tell me that I didn't have enough RAM, but I just figured that it's because it's still flight simulatoring. I mean, it was unloading the flight simulator, so let that unload first. But anyway, here's my my thing here. Now I got this all locked here. I got everything locked, especially this. This would be hell to get back, But you know how that stuff works around, I suppose. But I have a little thing right here, and I just kept on moving it closer and closer and closer. And this too I like better because you can fit on screen also. And then this is how I figured out how to do everything here. This is that was probably the hardest part. I probably worked on this about a week and a half. I think, all this. But so I put little dragons in there, and I tried to figure out how I could find out where everything was, because what you had to do is you had to. Well, here I'll show you. And so this is one small dragon, okay, and then this is a different color. This is the blue. And then this is 2, and that's yellow. And what I done is then I put numbers on them. And I made, at first I made the yellow ones, and then I made the blue ones too, just because I needed more. And of course I could probably made more colors too, and made a whole bunch more, but I mean, I made like 18 of them. That seemed to be enough. But what you had to, oh yeah, I guess I can show you guys an airplane. Yeah, I guess I'll have to do that. And so this is 3. Is that, I just copied them, and then 4, and then put them in order too if you're going to do it. Put them in order too, so you don't have to struggle. And then, when you're putting them in there, so you don't have, hard time trying to figure out which one's what, So just keep them all in order like that is the best way. This is 6, and then 7, and, just whatever. And then there's 7, and yellow, and there's 9. And then this is how I found out where everything was. Because, eventually you're going to cover the whole bitmap. And then I'll go inside the airplane, and then you'll be able to see what, and this is the thing where, it was kind of necessary too, because I realized that I took a picture of it, 8 and 9, and because I was up to like here. I was like, oh, my next number should be the one, because I was looking for it. What the heck is going on here? Oh, my microphone is covering up that thing. And my thing, my microphone icon is covering up that thing I gotta move. Yeah, it's not good. There. Well, I noticed some of these disappear on me. I think the program is failing, because some of these are just ended up missing. Like this one, like every now and then I had to just make a new one. I don't know where it ended up, because I don't know. The program must be screwing up somehow, because I was just making a new one, so because I should be able to see it on there, unless it's here the 14 yellow. Can't and I should be able to move it around. I should be able to find it like this. If I just move this around, I should find it right away, but it's gone. I was just deleting. It happened to me. It just started happening to me. So I don't know. I think maybe it's because I don't have enough RAM or something. I don't know. But it could be, because it didn't start happening until I got this thing all filled up. Until I got all these textures here. Oh, this is the snake I was trying to make. Oh, I guess that's all my my things. That snake, I was trying to make a USA snake, but oh, here you can probably see it here. I'll just, but it doesn't look good. Um, what do you mean it went all the way back here? Here's USA Snake. Yeah, I should lock that too here. Put a lock on it so I don't move it accidentally. Not that it matters, but I don't want it there. But it looked like crap. I mean, but it was a lot of, would have been a lot of work, and it didn't look very good. So anyway, so that's enough. And so I'll go in the airplane and oh, I guess I gotta do this. Okay, I gotta go file, save, and then so what I done is I did all these when I was working on something, and if I was looking for something, and then when I was done searching, then I would just move these, you know, do the next. Okay, then I would take this one here and put it down here, and just start going back over and just keep on going through until I covered everything. You know, until I found everything. I mean, until I, you know, covered the whole bitmap. And you'll see what I mean when I go inside the airplane. And too, what I found is it's really really helpful is to keep the ones that you're going to use. So this what my procedure was there. I would because you don't necessarily keep these the same name because it's probably not good if you keep the same name. But what I was doing is I was going like copy and then just then delete and take this and go delete and then paste here, paste. I mean, it might be kind of, I don't know, but that's how I've been doing it. And you have to open this thing, and put your thing there, and then get rid of this. My other one. Rid of the output. And it says it'll fail. And you press the number 2, enter. And then number 4, and then enter. And this reads the SDK. And then this guy made a program for that. I discussed that late in the other video. Okay, and then hit enter again. Then it made the change from paying to this. And I go copy, and then here's my airplane. Here's my shortcut for the texture, and paste, replace. Oh yeah, too on oh, my last video, this I really should cover. I well, let me finish this first before I screw something up. Open with there, and I wrote that thing that I cover in the last video, and then And here's my community shortcut there. And this is this texture is to this airplane here, but instead of going through all the folders, this is just shortcutted. So it's just a little bit easier for me. Otherwise, you know, because I found myself going through all the folders, I'm like, man, that's kind of stupid. You know, just going through like this. Well, every time I do, I'm like, the heck am I doing that for? It's dumb. It's like I put a thing there. Alright, so the plane should be in there. Now, maybe 2 weeks ago I was trying to upload my plane because I figured I was done with it, and but then I guess I wasn't done with it. And my airplane was too big. They wouldn't allow that much me to upload it. Well, let me. Oh, here, I suppose I can find it here. Added files, fix mess. So I kind of by solving one problem, I made another problem bad. I mean, not so bad. The other problem was worse, but this was actually just a nuisance. But what I had to do is I said added files to fix textures. You know, so this is what I done is like I added those extra files, and now it made my plane too big. They would not allow it was too big to upload. I'm like, oh well. So you don't figure here this is properties, so it's 614 megabytes, and this now here this plane property. You know what? I guess no. As it was 1.52 gigabytes at first. So that's because I added. So I guess these are the files that I added, and my plane was properties 1.52 gigabytes. And so here, this plane is 874 megabytes. Mine is. So if you had it, so I added a bunch of files, like I said, like I told you before. I overwritten everything because they had China textures on there, and then the windows. Oh, and I found out about the windows. This is what I was talking about the last time. The windows, when I was going through, well, what happened was I had to take all the files out, and it took me maybe a couple hours, maybe, something like that. Not more than a couple hours, but I went through and I had to go through every single one of these, and and then as I was going through them, making sure I got the right files, and then I noticed this one, it says glass. There's a glass one. Oh, well, it doesn't show much anyway when I look at it anyhow. But glass, and so this is actually why I guess the windows didn't show up in other plane. So if you ever have that problem again, you don't have, and I don't suggest doing the whole thing like that because this is the only thing. Well, I mean, if you have to, I mean, yeah. I mean, but if you do that, you're gonna have to sort out all your files, and like I did, but it worked. It solved the problem. It solved a lot more problems than I thought it would. And I was just I didn't know if it would work or not, but I had no windows, and I got the China markings, and there's another problem I had, and and it fixed those just by overriding the files, you know. But see, this is glass, so I guess the guy didn't have the glass files in there, because that was when I was looking at it. And I think he didn't have like maybe one other file too. I noticed he didn't have in there as I was going through them, because I was checking his, because actually I got it from, you know, somebody else, but I started working on this other guy's plane first. I mean, on his, just using his plane as for reference. You know, and it ended up not being a good idea. Should have actually started with the PMDG one. But then, so this is glass here, and then so these are all missing, and they were all missing. So if you have that thing about the aircraft that if you had the black windows, so you don't have to do the whole thing, just actually you just copy the glass over and put them in, and because I know that other one doesn't have it, doesn't have any of them. There's one other one that doesn't have two, but I don't remember which one it was. One of these was one of these JSON files. Or no, it wasn't one. Like a C file. But anyway, just wanted to cover that. So, and then go into the airplane here. Alright, now I'm inside the airplane here, and so this is what happens when you put all those bitmap things in there. You'll just go throughout this whole airplane, and these things will be scattered all over the place, and you'll be able to see what textures go where, you know. And I have them numbered too, like I got them numbered and colored, and so these numbers are here, you know, 7. So this is the same, you know. So this is how they use the textures. So, you know, you just throughout the whole airplane, then, you know, you'll be able to see what textures they use for everything. I mean, like they're way up there, you know. And there's one on the walls here, so if you want to put something here on the wall here, you would use number 16 or 15, you know, if you want to put something on the wall. And, you want to put something here or whatever, but it would be repeated over and over again, so you really wouldn't want that. But that's about what happens when you put the bitmaps all over, you know. See, this is where I was trying to figure out where this thing went. Here's some of the bitmaps there. And I would have to look on the thing. I would have to look at where 14 was and try to correlate where that was. And I had, you know, so if you want to put something on a door there, you'd have that, you know. I mean, that's where I marked them, put a bunch of numbers all over them so I could see. But you just did that to the whole airplane. I mean, and then every time, like here, and like this is what I had to do to get this one. This is the last one I done. And so that's why I got bitmap here, so I got one there. So now I know where the window is. I mean, not where the window is, where to put this thing. So, and then that's how you do it. I mean, a little time consuming, but no other way to do it. Oh, and too, I noticed that this door is blue here. cool. And then they got bitmaps over there. But anyway, I still like this Buddha. It's really neat. That's why I put it in the middle. Awesome. Pray to the Buddha. But anyway. And here I'm back on my desktop here. And so one thing I like about this, like view, and when you go view and then fit on screen, and then you can make it bigger like that. That's like kind of I like about this one. I think Photoshop I think is a little bit easier to deal with. I'm gonna find it a little bit easier. But so yeah, so there, that's how that works there. And oh, and to the lock and unlock stuff here. Actually, that was kind of troubling me there for a little while, because some of my stuff was locked and I didn't know how to unlock it. But I guess before I was just doing it just kind of subconsciously doing it. But anyway, to lock it, you put a check mark right there, and it's locked, and then it won't accidentally move. So because sometimes if you don't lock it, if you accidentally, because its layer is locked, you can't move it. And so that's good, because you don't want to move anything here on this thing, because man, if you move something here, it's going to take you a long time to get it back to where it's supposed to be. So I was making sure I didn't, accidentally. If I did accidentally move something, I'd go back and then put it back where it's supposed to be. Just edit, go back. And too, another thing you could in here is a setting in here where you could get it up to like 100 setbacks, or 100 I could I don't feel like doing it now, but you can set it to go like up to 100. So if you go back 100 times, otherwise the default is 20. So you can only go up to 20, and then that's it. You don't have no more go backs. So what if you did something that you really screwed up on, and you really need to go back there? That's why I set mine at 100, and that could be why I'm using up so much RAM too. But it'll give me 100 go backs. So that's really nice. But there's a setting in there that you can change it. I don't feel like doing it now, but anyway, I'll get rid of all these. Yeah, you can imagine how easy it is to accidentally move something, and then after how long you spent, you'd have to cover the whole bitmap again and again and again, over and over, and it could take you hours. Hours, literally 4 or 5 hours to come back to find something that you accidentally moved. That's not funny. Like this thing here. You would never thought, but that's the only spot on the bitmap where it has a window shade. Because I checked everywhere. I went all the way from here, here, and it just kept on going down and down and down until I covered the whole thing. Because actually I was looking for the oven, to put the little thing on the ovens, but I guess the ovens are a different bitmap. But I'm not going to do the ovens now. That's insignificant. It really don't matter. I'm done with the airplane. I'm going to upload it. But, so, like, here, for instance, this one, okay, not working here. This is, and I was trying to figure out why it wasn't working, but I was like looking at it and it's like, man, this thing is like huge. This is the one I was trying to fit in here. But I was like looking at that and I was like, wow. You know, that's huge. You know, I was looking at the sizes. Like I go properties, like wow, 635 kilobytes. And here's the one for the map. It's 105 kilobytes. And the one that worked, and then I even tried to resize it. Resize and make it smaller, but it kind of skewed it a little bit. And still got the same quality more or less, but it's a little bit less. But this is the Royal Government of Bhutan. I guess I didn't use this one. But oh, this is the one, the Bhutan country. This is the one. This is the one that I use their properties here. See what this is. This is 113 kilobytes. That one worked. Actually, it worked really well. It's almost exactly the right size. I didn't have to really skew it very much. And I think this is the one that I used because if you notice, if you go, I moved it over here. A copy here. Copy here. You can see. Well, I don't know. Not sure. Oh yeah, here, this one, you can see through it. So this is already, I just open it with it, see what happens. So you can see through it. I mean, there's, see, just a complete background. There's no background. Or maybe I think there was no background at all when I downloaded it. I didn't have to do anything. So that was really nice because when I put it on an airplane, there's, I didn't have to get rid of anything. So that was actually really nice. It was a welcome thing that I found. Here, let's see. This is the one that I did use. This one. And this is, 475 kilobytes. So this is a little a little bit less quality than the other one. But this one was able to work. I mean, you can see that, you know, little pixelating of the stuff there. But this one worked, but it's like I said, it's 475 kilobytes. And this one I didn't try to shrink that down at all. Then these things let's see and this one 276 kilobytes. On details, I guess, too, and you can see the size dimensions. I suppose that matters. Then here's the fish. This one's 258 kilobytes. These fish really look good. I mean, plus they're square and they just fit right there. And this Buddha, some 665 kilobytes. Then I should just open it up here. Yeah, right, that'd be better. So this is what it was, you know, when I put it in. And then you've seen what it looks like an airplane. Yeah, that's what I should do. I should just go through them. Well, this is the one that I didn't crop. I put a crop on them like this is the one I cropped. So this is the size of that one right before I put it in. I didn't try to make it any smaller or something. It was just the way it was. And here's the monastery. That's how that one was. I mean, the sizes. So this is actually relatively 172 kilobytes. Then this one I cropped it down. This one's actually, you know, this one actually I'm surprised it looks so good. I mean, this one, I mean, it looks good in the flight simulator. I mean, I was kind of amazed that this actually, I didn't shrink it down or nothing. But I was surprised that this actually worked out. You know, some of them don't work out. Like I tried to do this. I was trying to do some of the things. Well, I was just trying to look through stuff to see what I can put in there. And no, this is another one I was thinking about doing, but I didn't. Oh. Oh, here it's the Buddha art here, this thing. That's what I put in there. $205 kilobytes. Oh, that. And these are dragon pics that I just found. Here's some buildings. Oh, this is that crow's nest. And small snakes. These are the snakes I tried to use. This is that one I tried to use, but it didn't look good. Wrong colors, just did not look good there. And then symbols of no. Oh, this is that one. It's nice and small, so it worked out really. And this is my dragon. Oh, my dragon. This is how I done a dragon. I erased it. It was actually, it looked like that at first. And so I had to meticulously sit there and just erase. Or no, I didn't erase. I used the tool. Oh yeah, I used the tool. This tool here, this magic wand thing, but it worked. It worked all right. Except that magic wand thing. That thing is really that is sometimes it erases things on you that it doesn't that you don't want erased. Like erase some of the fingers here. I mean the fingernails here, or dragon nails. I think it was this one, and there was another one up here. It just totally erased it. And then some of these things up in front here, it just knocked them all out. There's like 4 of them that were just, well, there was one that was just like half of it. I think it was this one. It was just half. But ended up being, I tried to put it back, but because I didn't realize I accidentally erased it, that magic wand tool thing. Then well, I suppose I could just try it, but and it erases more than what you want it to, so you have to make sure that when you erase something, make sure that you're okay with it first before you save it. But I mean, it does work, but a lot of times I would just not even like here. This is the thing I tried to save it, you know. But it ended up being that when I put it in the flight simulator, it didn't make any difference anyway, because it was all smooshed down anyway. Here you can see. Oh. You can see the how much detail it knocks out of it. So I went from that much detail here, but I mean that's not so bad. And but so all this just gets knocked out of it anyway, so don't really really doesn't matter anyway. But here I can just try to show you guys really quick here. Oh, I don't know if the well, it's not locked, so it should work. So I can just try to magic line tool so you guys can see what it does. And I'm not going to make darn right I'm not going to save it. But so the magic wand tool is here, and then so what you can do is go through there and you can well, I think it's doing too much there. I won't let me do it anyway. So that's why. Like here, like you can see these pixels right there, and then just hit delete. But you see, it'll take more stuff than what you want. Like there, you got to make sure that that you're not screwing up something. Then delete, and then because otherwise it'll, and then you know you just have to come in there and erase everything that's left. Otherwise, it's going to take a really long time to erase all this stuff. But you got to make sure that you don't erase stuff that you really want. I mean, it's a handy tool. I mean, it works good, but a lot of times I just say, you know, but something like this, man, it would take you a very long time. But then if it erase something that most times, you know, it'll erase something like if you wanted to get this, you know, you would just then delete. I mean, it's a lot nicer than erasing all that by hand. But you end up doing it by hand anyway because it don't clean up everything, so you just got to keep on going through it. But so I don't know how long this video is getting, but so I don't know. I should cover. I don't know how much I want to get into depth here because I don't know. I mean, I don't know how long. I was gonna try and do the fuselage, but maybe do them in a couple of sessions, maybe. But that fuselage, I mean I suppose maybe I could just do one maybe with the letters or something. I could just try a little bit of it, and but this video is gonna end up taking a long time if I do that. But then this is so open with photos. And so what I would do is I go in the flight simulator and I would take a picture, then bring it back in the flight simulator and move it, adjust it. So there. So oh yeah, this is what it was doing. It was putting green here. I should probably make this bigger. It was putting green. It's the Buddha. And this was a dragon there. I got it in the airplane. Or no, this is the one dragon I was gonna use. You know, with the clouds and everything. But I decided that there was too many dragons. Like I didn't want to do any more dragons. Like too many dragons. And there's the fish. And this is what it looked like at first when I was doing it. Then this I was using this thing for. I didn't like the way that looked because here, look at the way that looked. It was just lousy. So I was like, nah, get rid of it. But this is the way that Docha Pass looks. And that one, these are the ones that I used. This is what it looks like in an airplane. That looks really good. I'm actually really surprised how good it looks. There's the dragon, how it looks. And so that looks there. Right, this is what the thing looked at first. But what I'd done is I just painted it right here. I mean, took the paint bucket and just whole color right there, and it worked. Turned all yellow. And this one turned all orange. Except maybe just a couple little minor things in here I had to do, but that was really easy to fix. That was really easy to do. This is in the front door there. Yeah, this one I had to skew down a lot because you can see if an airplane you can see that it's squashed. But it doesn't look too bad though. This Bhutan thing I had to take all the pixels out of it. This is the one I use for the window shade. Oh, this is when I was taking a picture of this. You can see how it's bleeding through there. And here, these are all the things there. That's how I figured out where to put all that stuff. Oh yeah, so here it's squashed. So you can see that it's squashed. Where's the picture? See how it's squashed? Because I had to squash it down. But it didn't really affect it too bad. I mean, even though it's squashed. But I decided that's what I had to do to get it all in there. And it still looks okay. This is where that was bleeding through here. Actually, it was all over here, but this is just at the very end. I just did a little bit at a time. Oh, this is the way that thing looked at first. And I just got rid of that. Just, forget it. Just because there's really no way I can fix that. I just said, just get rid of, no, that's the dragon. And so that looked at first before I put the frame around it. I want to do some of these, but I figured I have too many dragons. And my plane looks without the window. I mean, without the picture frames right there. Looks a little bit better. Oh, here, this is the way that wheel looked. The wheel of life. I wanted to put that in there, but I mean, look, you can see that there's hardly any detail. Hell, maybe I can find this specific one. Oh, I think these are the ones that I picked. Actually, I was kind of looking at this, and there's like 3 eyeballs. You got 1 eyeball there, and 2 eyeballs depicts the wheel of life. But I figured I would try to do this one here. Which one is that? That's what is a symbol of Buddhism? This one I tried to do. But you can see what happened when so that's what it looks normally. And this is what it looked like in the airplane. And then too, I had to squash the feet a little bit and take the top off it a little bit. But after I put it in there, I'm like, man, it really looks like shit. And it's like, looks awful. I was really I had high hopes for that thing. I'm like, oh, I think this looks really neat. But then look what happened. And so not everything you think will work is going to work. And this is that thing. I put this here. I mean, I just took this color and then put it here. Yeah, that's what it looked like there. The dragon. This is the end. So, yeah, if I try to go into another and then I took a picture of the so this is what it was without the little thing in there. I'm going to show that. But I guess I covered this one in detail. So maybe maybe I'll try to go into a little bit of the thing. What I was doing is I would put my things in like progress. And actually, I was starting to get confused. I mean, after a while, you really start to get confused. And too, I should shut my Photoshop off to just get rid of this. I just happened to start putting stuff, you know, because as the way this folder is here, you can see that I went up to here, and then all of a sudden I just decided to start doing things here, and so I mean, I didn't decide that. That's just how it ended up. You know, this is the fuselage, and what is kind of weird that I was doing is I don't know. It was I was really getting a little. I mean, I'm still confused when I come back to this and how I arrange things. But and two, when I was making my video, I realized I'm like, hey, I fixed that. It's like, why isn't that fixed? And so I realized that I was going in to cut here, and what happened here? I was going erased. Oh well, I didn't want to really do that one. But I was erasing. Well, the thing is, what happened was I was erasing, so I did this erasing because I had line. In the bottom of the fuselage that I couldn't this line. I was trying to get rid of the stuff on this line here because I was trying to straighten it out. I mean, not straighten it out, but erase some of the stuff here with all my defects, you know, just around here. And so this is one of the last things I done. And I ended up looking in here. I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, hey, I'd done that already. Why is it coming back? I was making a video and I seen all my mess marks here, and I was like, what? I'm like, man, I better figure out what was going on. So it took me, I mean, just after a couple weeks that I was doing it. And then I realized that there was this one thing that I had not checked. So nose, and two, and you know what, naming these things is like really hard. Mismatch, fix two and two. Other side inch in. Final, finish lower. I don't remember which one it was, but BIOS, boot cover. But one of them that I had it unchecked. Fuselage finish. Fuselage finish lower. Fuselage finish upper. And I had one of those not checked. And that's why I wasn't there. I just was accidentally I don't remember which one. But yeah, after a while, as work on these things, all this stuff gets really confusing because you don't know what to name everything. Door stripe fix. I don't even know what I'm trying to do here, but I don't know exactly what I'm trying to. I think it was on case of emergency cut here. This is the one. Oh, here. This is the one. This is the last one I was working on. Because I fixed this too. And too, another, oh, I forgot to mention that in the other video. These things here, these are the default ones. The other guy had some other stuff on there. And I decided to take those off because these are the best. You know, the default ones. But here's the one thing that I forgot. Was lower erasing fixed fuselage, upper under Durk. Lower erasing fuselage. Because, I don't know, I'd have to show you. I mean, I'd have to go in the other one. Oh, I think here is this one. Yeah, here you can see this here. Very faint, but I had to this how it was, but then I, you know, tried to fix stuff and, you know, tried to get it to, you know, look a little bit better. I erased all this stuff, but it was hard to do because I had to it was just really hard because it was giving me those RAM errors, not enough RAM, and I had to make a separate. I was in a situation where I had to I mean, I'm sure you guys don't really know exactly what I'm talking about, but it was a very difficult situation that I was in. I couldn't erase because you had to, because the way I done it is I had it in two different separate bitmaps, and if you have this, if you have it all in one thing, it's all right. But once you save it and then like squash it down and like, you know, make it into a ping file and then move it over and transfer it when you got to a certain progress, and then you try to move something again or try to repair something that you should have been repaired in another one, so then you're screwed. You got to go back to the beginning. You know, like these things here. These things weren't, I had them covered here, so I had to go back. I had to go find one of my bitmaps where, or, you know, that's why I save these things in progress, like, well, like I do, you know, so I can go back. And then the upper erasing thing is, I had to, they wouldn't erase because I didn't have any layers to erase. You know what I mean? When you know, like this is erased here. This is, I had to make a separate, oh no. Oh, I think I tried to open this one up already. So this is where I erased everything, and so I had to just move. I had to erase it first, then bring it all the way over. I mean, I had to erase it here because I had to go back and get the layer that I needed to erase because I couldn't erase it in the other layer because it would give me these error like not enough RAM. Because as my bitmap thing started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, it started to require more RAM. And so I couldn't work with the bitmap anymore because it wouldn't save my work. I'd be working on it for about half an hour, and then it's like or 20 minutes, whatever, or half an hour. Then it's all of a sudden quit working. And then I couldn't save my own. It was a waste of time, you know. So what I'd done as a solution to the problem is I decided to just take the one piece over and just put it in a new bitmap. So I just took this whole piece over. And it's probably kind of hard. So none of memory RAM. It, just because I was already opening it up already. I know this stuff is really hard to understand, you know, what I'm trying to say, but so what I done is I just put one of the most default one there, and I just tried to bring my stuff over. Oh yeah, see, this is what the other guy had on first, but those default ones, those look better. Like the door stripe fix. There's just some stuff that I was fixing. But I just moved this. I don't know. I know you guys probably don't understand what the heck I'm talking about, and even it would be hard to explain right from the beginning if you didn't do the whole thing. But I can show what I was doing with this letters fixing thing. I think I was using this as my ultimate letters fixing. This is this is what it originally looked like here. This thing here. I had to get rid of all this. And this is what the first one looked like that. So I got a whole new one of these, but I had a separate thing in there. So I mean, this is what it was at first, and I got it down to just looking like this here, and then a lot of other stuff that I done. Then a series of stuff. Oh no, I'm screwed here. Yeah, I'm screwed. I can't do anything. I'm gonna have to shut off my computer. I can't get into the task manager. Documents? Could I get in the... Oh, there. Task manager, I can't do that. I can't do nothing. I'm screwed. I gotta shut the computer. I can't do anything. Oh, apps. Task manager. Alright, hey, I was able to do it. Alright, task manager. Alright. Thank God. Usually I have it right here in my task manager here. That thing is just so useful because I have it right there. It saved me so many times. I was able to get some other way. But oh, this is what I was calling blackout letters. Here I could actually go through all these things and these are all the spots that I covered up. And here actually I should go show you guys here so you can see what I'm talking about here. Because I know I mentioned it in one video. But I'll go through all this, and this is the eventual bitmap of what it looked like. After I decided to change the other one. So I'll just go through and you'll be able to see how I done it here. Just by taking it apart. Actually probably look a little bit closer. Yeah, see, this is like going here. I maybe just get this closer. These all are things that I covered up. See, but you can't see it. I don't know. I don't remember where they. Oh, here, this little A thing right here. A tip, oh, the N tip, N. There's the U there. So if you look, I just the U but this is gonna take forever. But like this part here, I fixed, and then I can just go through all these and just start erasing stuff. And you'll see what it looked like before I started messing with it. As I'm doing, you can see the things that I'm erasing. I can't see them. You can probably see them more than me in the video. But this is what this thing was looking like before I did all that, and it was just this Bhutan Airlines thing. So this is what I had to get rid of. I decided that's the only way that I can fix it, just by putting little spots on each little one, and it took me a long time. Probably a couple of days, I think. Well, I'll leave now a couple of days, I think maybe one day. All day. 14 hours. Could be. 9 hours. But you see how terrible it looked, though. And so I decided I would just, oh, why don't I just put a bunch of spots on it and just cover it up. Yeah, you can see this here. When it's fixing that stuff. But this was like, after I squashed it down, that's what happened. I was really discouraged. That was the only option I got left. I'm like, man. I was down on my last measures there, you know, because I was thinking about just leaving it like that, but then I'm like, come on. I go, well, I'll just put little covers over each little spot. Took me a long time. So yeah, this is what it looked like at first. I mean, of course I erased all the stuff on the edges with the eraser. Let me set it at a percentage. Like this. Put it at a percentage, like paintbrush. Put it on the paintbrush, and then like a opacity like 19 works pretty good. And then you figure what brush size. I think this brush size works pretty good. And then you just reason of saying that because I don't have the layer selected there. But this is what it looked like. And then I smoothed all the edges out here. Took me another few hours. 4 or 5 hours. Maybe 3 hours. And maybe not. Yeah, maybe 2.5 hours. Get all this nice. But this is what it looked like. It was very discouraging to me. I'm like, man, that just sucks. Because after I squashed it all down and put it on an airplane, that's what it looked like. I was looking at it, and I mean, you don't really notice it unless you go right up close. It's my little beanbag chair is not very comfortable there. But you can see how terrible that does look. I mean, I was going to try and just see what I can get away with, but when you look close, it really looks kind of crappy. And so I decided to just put all these layers there. Keep on doing it. Actually, in the video, you can probably see that I can't see that because I'm busy doing this. And so I just covered up everything. Until I got everything covered up. This was actually, it took me a little while to think of how to fix that thing. But I'm lucky I got it to where it was. And two, I changed the colors, what I done. I suppose I could probably explain that a little bit. Then I copied all the spots. Sometimes I stretch them and skew them. But I can't see what I'm doing because I'm too busy doing this. But I just kind of want to show you how I done it. If you guys ever want to paint and learn how to do it, this is what you gotta do. Do it. It takes a long time, but if you want to paint an airplane, that's what you gotta do. I mean, if you want to do a good job on it. And so that's how I got my plane, the way it looks. I left some of the stuff here, you know. But that's how I fixed it. And what I done is I adjusted the colors. I wonder if I could show you the airplane that I got it on. I wonder. So where was I working on that? Oh, I can. Oh, I was going to try and show some of the. I guess I can't do that. I don't know. I can do next. I suppose this is where I was doing it. Thought I had more stuff in here. This is what I started out with. First time, see the way the door was? This is the DrukAir that I got it from. But it wasn't very good. The top. Oh, and this is the mismatch from that one from the Cathay Pacific one I started out with. This mismatch was on all his airplanes, all this, and with the black windows. After I made my airplane, I used the pink to try and figure out where all this stuff was. That's another thing you could use. Yeah, this is it right here. And all his airplanes, every single one of them, same thing. Because I was using his texture at first. This was on my airplane too. But his airplane didn't have this, just mine. These were all screwed up. I had to fix those. And you can use different colors to figure out the different things. Here's the Boeing that I used, this thing. Oh, and here's my thumbnail I made. This is the first thumbnails I was using. And this is the last one I was using. That's the way the one's going to be in a regular airplane. I figured this is the Paro International Airport right here. This is the main terminal there. I had a hard time getting the planes not to be there. But I had to get this tail just perfect like that, so it would be just like that. But I wanted to get one of the... That's what I was using at first. And yeah, it's the first time here. It was looking not too good. Oh yeah, this is the way it was from the airplane. I didn't use it from this plane. I used a different tail. I only used that. I found a different tail. And this is when I used in the airplane. I was trying to find the one where I used the airplane the um But I noticed that where I got the you see on this airplane here, like the Royal Bhutan Airlines is big, and then the DrukAir is smaller. And then so that's how I managed to get mine here. I can probably show you the right picture that I used. This is the one I got for other tail. And this is the other tail. I mean, this is the one I used for my airplane. That just worked out beautiful. No more here. So I was looking through the photos. See how this one's smaller and that one's big. You'll see the one that I used eventually. Not that one. But you see how this is big? DrukAir is smaller. I was fortunate that I was thinking about that. I was like, hey, wait a second. You know, I was just looking at that. Like, this is the one I used. This is the one that I used for mine. For my airplane. This is the one I used. Royal Bhutan Airlines. See how it looks there, but then, I don't know, how it ended up with all that black on it. I don't know. But, that's how I ended up with the one that I had. So anyway, I think that this I covered enough. Oh, here, I'll just, go through all these. In this part of the video, and I gotta go through that fuselage one. This one I think I'm gonna use for my next Bhutan. I mean, that would work perfect. I mean, I'm 100% sure that just that right there would work. But I might have to fix stuff for the windows we're missing here. I mean, what you're gonna do though, you have to fix it. This is the one I use for the tail. So anyway, this video is getting kind of long, and you can probably download this at flightsim.com, and hope this would also be a good one to use. This is the tail that actually, this is the tail that I use. Yeah. Inspires you to paint an airplane, and I'll make another video. Let me get down. Wait. Here, this is where the Bhutan Airlines, that's why I got the ideas with the pillows here. At first I was using these pillows, but, oh, I should show you the pillows that I used. I think I did that in another video. the way the logo looks. Mine looks way better, of course. But I might as well just go. I think seats, carpet. I think this is here. These are the pillows I started out with. That pillow, and then this pillow here. But I ended up stretching it and skewing it to make it look bigger. Like that. You know, I just found that on the internet. That somebody was selling these pillows. And then I stretched it out, made it bigger. But anyway, so I guess that's going to be this part of the video. So I just wanted to go over you know, some of the stuff. And I mean, with the fuselage, I mean, there's a little bit more involved in the fuselage. But I just wanted to go with the letters part, and maybe I'll get into the fuselage next time. So anyway, so hope you got something out of this video, and thanks for watching, and try to make another video about some of the other things some other time. Right. Catch y'all later. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.